Actually did a bit more damage there somehow. More than first 4 rooms. Doesn't usually happen. Restart that fight. Start quite a bit. Got health boost on, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter too much. See how the second side is, I'm not sure how it'll go yet. See? Yeah, so kind of wanted to do a nice build for a while. And I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't like an item age and stuff, but I got this sword recently, the Claymore, which I've used before, but this is a nice version, obviously. The first thing I thought was, how do I make the most of the freeze, right? So there's a couple of ways to do freezes. Just using the freeze normally, on a weapon like this, and you know the enemies froze, or you use it to shatter the freeze. But I hope the devs actually possibly change the way freeze works, so that when you freeze the enemy, you can shatter them even with an ice weapon. So you can freeze them and then shatter them. I don't know how they could do it though, but actually there's another benefit to it when you don't shatter them, which is they're crowd controlled. So using the charged attacks with this, you're doing such a large amount of damage, you instantly build up. You can see I run up to some of these ads and just like one hit and they just froze. Sometimes when I do the quick attack, the game froze straight away as well. So crowd control is incredibly good here. The reason it's really good is because when you freeze an enemy, you get health on charged attacks with this. That's what I did here. So I'll get around about 6% of health on a charged attack. So if I freeze something, if it's a boss, you can either do 1, 2, 3 while they're frozen. I've got over 20% health probably off that. Especially if you get healing boosts in, which I did health on kill instead, but you could do healing boost instead. But this helps with the ads. To be honest with you, I actually would put healing boost here instead, because as you can see with the ads, I had no issues with the ads at all, because you're just constantly freezing them. So you might be better off getting healing boost here, doing the durable maybe, drop the attack speed if you want, but I wanted to do a full out DPS kind of version here. So the damage is really, really good as well. But that's kind of how it works really, is using the freeze on the charged attacks. And because you're doing so much damage, the build up is crazy. But you also want to get frost build up in the gloves with charged attack damage to really juice the damage on it. I'm doing like 1.3k damage sometimes here with this, which is really good. So I'm running freeze and a build up, and I'm not, running crazy damage boosts. Really, really good damage. I've gone for attack speed in the weapon, just to make it feel nicer, flow better. You can see against the boss there, I get some really good combinations off, which is really important with the speed. If you've got a really slow version, you're going to struggle to fit some of the moves in. It makes it a lot easier to use against bosses just with the quick attacks. The last one here is really quick as well, so get those 3 off. You can be doing 2.53k damage that quick. Obviously while it's frozen you do half damage, but again, you're still doing pretty good damage and you're getting healing off it, so very, very good to still freeze the boss and just control him. And when he's doing some of his really strong moves, you can end up freezing him, and it resets him. Then when you roughly get an idea as to when the freeze is going to reset, you see sometimes I charge up ready for him to unfreeze again. And when he does that, it resets him, so you get like a couple of free hits in where he's not frozen. And then you can get out, and yeah, it's just a really good way of resetting the boss on a strong move. Before he does like maybe the teleport move, freeze him real quick, and it'll reset that move set. And yeah, very, very strong. I've gone crit chance pretty much everywhere apart from the pants, I think, because I got 4 exalts here in crit chance, but I would otherwise put crit chance everywhere. But when I got 4 here, that gives me, what's that, 30% of that, so about almost 20% on the enchant there, and 25, so 45% crit chance there. And I got 10% here, so that's like 13, so we're getting to like 58, plus like 7 here, 7, so 14 plus 58, so we're over 72, 73% crit chance. So that's why I decided to put crit damage here. So if you get to like 70% crit chance, put a crit damage in. But I actually think a 40% damage boost is pretty good if you just put crit chance everywhere. So if you only get like 1 exalt here in crit chance and then 1 here, don't get any here, put another crit chance in. Because you'll probably get a lot, that means you've got a lot of armor pen probably. You've probably got maybe a bit more in frost buildup or charged attack damage than me. But yeah, that's what I would do. So the idea is obviously with the stamina, we're using recovery. So I've got a couple of exalts in here, which is really good. Now I've gone for resists on the armor pieces, so ice, fire, plague, just because that's the best I could kind of get. I mean, I still kind of like being tanky with this. But I would get durability here if you can on the facet. Reason for that is you'll double its durability, get more recovery. I got 2 exalts in recovery, which saved me a bit. I'm at 53 recovery, which is very good. But if you can get durability, you'll get even better recovery than me. So when you run out of stamina, it will recover very quick. You can see for me, pretty quick. To say I've got 85 stamina pretty quick. But one thing to remember with this is it costs 20 stamina per move, which is a bit cheaper for than most two-handers, weirdly. But what's important to remember is you're using charged attacks. So if I use basic attacks, Look how much quicker this spends. That is a lot quicker than me going like this. So it's a lot more efficient for the damage you're doing. This will do like triple the damage of that combo for the same amount of stamina, right? Which is why I don't have a lot of stamina points, really, compared to some builds. 85 isn't a crazy amount. To say I've only got this cost saving me on cost. You know, I've just gone with the recovery and that's enough. You don't have any issues. Armor pen in 3, charged attack damage, best way to do it. You could put an extra armor pen in here if you like using these a lot, but there's no point. Just go for the charged attack damage. It's crazy. If you can get 2 plus exalts in charged attack damage, then you know that's going to be insane damage basically, an insane build up. And I mean, to be honest, if you can get the frost build up, that'd be insane as well. So if you can just like instantly freeze the boss after doing like a 1-2 whenever you want, after the cooldown resets, that is going to be very handy. I think other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I just put some elemental resist in here. You could put whatever you want in, but just to boost the resists. Healing in here just to block that slot out and give me some health over time, which is kind of nice for the bosses, getting extra healing. But you could just do blues here. If you want to just guarantee you get good stuff. A blue here, armor pen crit chance, ice damage, and blue here, armor pen crit chance, ice damage. Do that as a starter version if you wanted. Could do. Armor pen here, then obviously the charge attack damage with health on kill. But I would change this to, if you can, change it to durability in the gloves with durability and healing here. Because then you get more health over time and you'll get like double the health on charged attack. I actually think that would be amazing on the boss. Can you imagine getting 10% health per charged attack? You could get even more than that if you exalt health on charged attack. So I will probably change the planner. If I don't remember to change the planner, then you're either watching it on Twitch now and you're going to hear it, or you're watching a video and you've watched it to this point. Yeah, definitely change these gloves. And drop the attack speed, durability, drop the crit chance, and then put... drop the health on kill and crit chance is what I meant. And then put durability, healing based on durability, and then durability facet. And you could get an extra 70% if you exalt in the healing, 80% healing, maybe 90 or 100% if you get really lucky. And then you're going to be doing double the health regen here, and you are going to be getting double on here as well. So you'll get to 10% probably health on charged attack. So when you freeze the boss, 1, 2, 3, you'll have 30% of your health back, which is kind of nuts. Which is pretty much guaranteed. While it's frozen, you're definitely going to get that off, I would say. So if it's frozen off that, yeah, you're going to get 4 off, because even if you unfreezes, you're going to get 4 off, so you're going to get like 40% of your health back. Crazy. So I would do that. That's the only change I would do in hindsight, but other than that, I guess the only thing to talk about is the stats. I'm just thinking of anything else about the combat, really. You can use the shoulder badge if you freeze something. You can knock them off the edge, it's kind of fun to do. But yeah, I'd use the sprint attack on light enemies because it instant freezes. Just run in, quick light attack, freeze them up, then take out one of the big guys while he's frozen. But yeah, try and learn the timings on the boss of the weapon, like I did in the video. So stats wise, 287 health. I did have a tiny bit more health in the video because I think I had 20 extra health or something because of one of the healing pots, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you're 280 health plus, you can have no problems because, again, with the armor ring, I forgot to talk about the rings actually. I ran the armor ring instead of this stamina on hit because you're not doing a lot of hits, so saving a bit of stamina on hit, not really worth it, I found. So armor here instead gets you to 55% physical with no durability resistance in the chest because I think it's busted. Even at the values they've done, I think damage resist on durability is still broken, so I wanted to try and avoid it here and make the build viable without it in case they remove it for the full game. Because I'm trying to make these builds viable for the full game, all of them. I'm not using legendary rings, all the broken stuff, you know, that I think might get patched out. There's no point, you know, I hope that people can go back to some of the older builds that they like and think, oh, that is kind of still usable. Yeah, maybe it's changed a bit with some of the patches, but I can use that as a base to make my own build off it. So I don't want to go into some of the things I think are broken. I think the armor ring, pretty balanced, you get 5% extra armor. And at 55%, you're very tanky. With these resists, you know, 70% resist across the board is very good for elemental resist, because elements do a lot of damage. So at 280 health with those resist, you're fine. Stamina 80 plus. You could even go 75 if you really want, but 80 plus keeps it comfortable and nice to use, I think, all around. And then get into heavy range. I've gone very, very heavy on the plate here. So I've got plate in the top two, plate in the pants, leather in the gloves. So plate everywhere but the gloves in leather. And I've got 31 poise. So when I'm fighting ads, they're not going to stop me. I'm doing this no matter what they do. They're getting frozen. Unless they do a push move, which is very rare that they do that. So you're just going to be unstoppable with this, freezing them up. So against ads, absolute cakewalk, you're going to have no issues. There was one situation where I kind of messed up a bit because some of the blocks got in the way on one of the maps, but you're going to have no problems at all against ads. Bosses is going to be just a case of obviously timing at the right times, getting in, and then just getting out. And timing stuff as usual really with a two-hander, but yeah, I think that's about it really. Not too much more complicated to say. I think it plays like a typical two-hander build, but if you want something that just is very chilled to play, there's no pun intended by that when I said that, but it's just very chilled to play. You can come in, you can kind of just do what you want. You can't be moved around because of your poise. You freeze everything up, and you get insane healing off the charged attacks. Then you'll like that sort of relaxed, chilled play style if you enjoy two-handers. So we'll leave that one there. Hope you have fun with this one. Still, some more builds I want to do. Got quite a few ideas, some slight changes. I'm going to do a Thor axe version. Anybody who's a Marvel fan, I want to do an axe version like the Stormbreaker from the Marvel movies. I've got an idea to do a Stormbreaker version for Thor. The Thor build I did, so I'm going to be doing that soon. A few other cool builds I want to do. So stay tuned for those over the next few weeks. But yeah, appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next build video.